Welcome everybody, my name is Mr. Llama, and today I am bringing you a best of 5 series between Lucifron, the Green Terran spawning up in the top left corner of Entombed Valley, and spawning down in the bottom left hand corner we do have MrLlamaSC, aka now Evil Geniuses Stefano, or EGStephano, just hasn't quite changed the name yet. And this was a best of 5 for the MSI Pro Cup Worldwide Tournament. So this is the finals between these two players. And Stefano, I don't really need to introduce him. All of you guys know what an amazing Zerg player he is, what an amazing Zerg player he has become over all of his time that he's been playing. And just kind of, you know him for his attitude as well. He's Stefano, right? He doesn't care. He's just in it for the money, but yet we still love him. We still just love to watch him play. However, Lucifron, not as well known, but he's actually quite a decent Terran. And if you want to know how decent he is to get into these finals, he 3-0'd Nerchio, who is probably one of the top 3 best foreigners in the world right now, of course, with Stefano. And then you can argue whoever you think the third one is. Personally, I like to put Sen in that position. He hasn't done a crazy amount as of late, but I used to watch a lot of Sen play, and it was just so great to watch him because he was just so precise with everything. He had some of the best build orders, best timings with his build orders and stuff, and everything was just so clutch, so just on pace, on beat. But anyways, looks like Stefano going to be going out here, taking his hatchery. Will be a 16 hatch instead of a 15. Not a huge deal right there. And in response, Lucifron taking a command center first, and I actually really like this. It looks like Stefano has scouted this already. Yes, he has, so his Overlord has seen it, and Lucifron does not know where his opponent has scouted on this map. For Entombed Valley, you can either spawn on top of each other, as you see right here, or you can spawn cross-map, but you cannot spawn in these same close positions, quote-unquote, which is basically left to right, so you can't spawn on the east and west sides. But I was about to say, it looks like Stefano doesn't see that, or know that, but Stefano does know that, and he's just going to go take a fast third, and I love it when players do this. I love it when players counter greed with greed. You know what? Stefano's going hatch first. Most Zergs go hatch first, so the Terran player is going to counter that greed with a command center of his own, and what's Stefano going to do? He's going to go 3 hatch before pool, and it's just so great to watch and stuff, and it's so cool because all of a sudden it's just getting into this, really who's going to stop the macro chain, who's going to be the one to really go for an aggressive push and try and kind of counter what their opponent's doing. So it's like, how greedy can you be? How close can you hold things? And I think that's the best part of it, is you get to sit here and watch these amazing players and all of their micro and how they can sit there and be on 3 hatch before pool. Sometimes I've seen them do that against not a command center first, and then the player goes for like a 1 Rax FE, and then instead they throw down a bunch of barracks, so they get their command center, and then they go for this big push afterwards, and still somehow the player will survive, but just barely, with like couple units left, and it could have easily gone the other way. It's just so great to just kind of watch and observe as these amazing players do outplay all of us. So it looks like Lucifron just going to be going for a Reactor Hellion opening. Doesn't look like he's going to be getting Banshees or anything beyond this, because he simply took this gas a little bit too late for that, I would imagine. So if he does go for it, there's not really a chance that he'll have enough gas for Cloak or anything like that. But I would imagine he's just going to do this and then probably take a command center. No, he is throwing down the starport. So very interesting choice right there. So it looks like he'll just be going for Banshee, and if he goes for Cloak, I'm going to have to eat my words right there. I would not imagine he would have gone for Cloak, considering he took this gas quite late, actually, for a second gas. I don't think it was even until he got his factory just about started that he really took that second gas right there. So he's going to begin the Tech Lab, and at least going for Banshees, and you know what? He just might be able to get Cloak with that. I'm not sure he would. I don't think he'll have enough for Cloak. He could probably just squeeze out a Banshee immediately, and then he'd have to wait a little bit on that. We'll have to see exactly what he does. Stefano, in the meantime, though, just continuing to drone up, already up to 33 harvesters to the 22 of his opponent, and is now starting to kind of establish his creep spread, getting his queens out to deal with these Hellions right here. Just, being a good little Zerg, but he has to be careful because this third base is blocked by these rocks. The queens don't really have the creep to get over there yet, so that's definitely going to be, and he is getting Cloak. Don't listen to me anymore. Ever, apparently. So the Banshee's a little bit later than normal. I think it's just going to take a bit more time to get out right there, but you know what? He's still fine. He took that second gas, I suppose, in enough time. I honestly didn't think think he took it early enough, but he did, apparently. So, you know what? Pro players know their builds better than I do. So, with that, we're going to see Hellion into Cloak Banshee, and EGStephano. Be prepared for this. He is getting the Evo Chambers down now, which is so smart, and his positioning. Zerg players, take note, because you know what? Now he can start to block off Queen there, and he can block all that. If he goes with the Spinecrawler right here, that'll kind of ward off any attempts to run into the main, and he can pretty much keep this whole area down and secured, which really only leaves the Terran player to go over there and harass the third base. But that is still a huge concern. As I was saying before, creep is not quite over there. These rocks right here do need to be broken down as well. So really all he has is this Queen, a Spinecrawler, and a few Lings right here to deal with them, and they are slow Lings still at the time. So here we're going to have the Hellions and the Banshees now start to poke forward. They're going to kill off all those creep tumors. Stephano's going to try and poke out with those Queens, but that many Hellions and Banshees is going to absolutely obliterate that many Queens. The Queen with the energy for transfuse does go down. Another Queen gets trapped between all the Hellion fire. The Hellions are now moving into the main base. The Banshee is cloaked right there. There's no Spore Crawlers that have gone down. Nice block right there by Stephano with the Evo Chamber. So he's going to be able to keep all of his drones alive right there. He really needs to be careful though with these Hellions moving around. These Lings do not have speed yet. They're so close to having speed, but it's just not quite out yet. Another Queen is going to fall. The Hellions have fallen down into low health. Finally, the Lings with speed get out, so on creep they should be able to clean up these Hellions. How many kills though? 5 kills right here for this Banshee, and what you have to remember is he killed like 3 or 4 Queens with that right there. So just nice damage. Look at the units lost tab, 1836 to 800. Well done by Lucifron, and now he's going to poke in with yet another Banshee right here. He's got this Spore Crawler right here. This Spinecrawler looks like it will be going down, though. He's going to once again move the Spore Crawler over, which he does need to do right here. That'll be just fine. This Banshee's chilling. He needs to get in the action if he wants to. Looks like he's just going to force those back, and he will save both of those Banshees though. As for now, unless he tries to poke in one more time, looks like he might be able to pick off another Spinecrawler or something like that. There's only this Queen. He will be able to take out that one if it does not cloak. And one Banshee just go down. A little bit of sloppy play right there. It looks like another one's going to try and cloak, but an Overseer is right here. Hellions continuing to do as much damage as they can, though, and Lucifron's in a great position. We have to once again check back at his base. He's already got this third base going up. It looks like he's going to be going into mech play. As you can see, double armies, 3 factories now going down. So beautiful opener right there for Lucifron, and he is in such a great position. And here he's going to once again push forward with some more Hellions, and the danger right here is that Stephano has stuck on this Ling composition the entire time. He has not transitioned into any sort of roach play, anything like that, and so that has just left him very vulnerable. All of his larvae is spent on Lings right now. All these Hellions are doing so much damage. They're going to start roasting all of these drones very quickly. There you go. You can see them all getting burned alive right there, just to the crisp. And here, more shots coming out from the Hellions, just going to line them up and burn them down. And so many kills right there for Lucifron. I feel like Lucifron's in such a great position now, and he will definitely be able to go for some sort of later push if he wishes. Look at all these Hellions right here, and how many workers. He's down to 36 workers, 65 SCVs to the 36. He can barely defend this infestation pit right here. He's going to have to wait till that Queen pops. I don't think he has any other anti-air out. The infestors are on the way, so at least he's going to get a couple infestors, but this is going to fall. And I mean, Stephano's just in a horrible position now. 3 bases right here for Lucifron, and it looks like Stephano was unable to just successfully defend across the 3 bases. More Hellions now going to sneak in. There's no Spinecrawlers over here, just 4 Lings, so he really needs to be careful. This Banshee right here is just going to stand in the middle. The Hellions are going to burn away at these Lings. How much longer can Stephano survive against all of this? He's going to start throwing down some Spore Crawlers, but the Banshee can start taking care of those. These Hellions are just going to continue running through straight to the drones. They don't care about the Queen picking away slowly. An Infestor does pop. There's a couple more Queens on the way heading over here. Is it going to be enough though? I'm not sure. There's these 2 Queens right here. They do have enough for transfuse. They will be able to take out that Banshee. No, it's able to actually get away. No, it doesn't. He stops moving them just barely, and now Stephano gets over finally, and with some Fungo Growths, he'll be able to lock down those Hellions over there. Possibly they're going to try and get a couple more drone kills before they die, unable to do so, but I think enough damage has been done. 25 workers killed, 146 units killed. The units lost tab is just so in favor of Lucifron right now, and I'm not sure what Stephano can do at this point. He just has to kind of sit back, hang on to survive, drone up again. He's down to 37 drones to the 80 SCVs of his opponent. He's starting on his 4th base, starting on his 5th base, whatever it is. He can just macro so heavy right now, start getting out some Thors and tanks and go for a huge push if he wants. The Hellions once again coming over to burn some more drones and Lings, and you can't just have these Lings against this composition. It's just not going to work whatsoever. 1-1 upgrades for both of the units right here. Drones continuing to get burned. It looks like some infested Terrans are thrown out with some nice blocking right there, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. The Queens are moving out of position in the wrong way, and now we see a push coming out of even more Hellions. He has not diverted to anything else. I don't see any Thors or anything like that. He is simply sticking on the Blue Flame Hellion, and what a great idea, simply because Stephano is sticking on the Lings, so Blue Flame Hellion's now going to burn away the Lings so easily. Stephano has absolutely no defense for this whatsoever. He keeps trying to just make mass Ling, but let me tell you, Stephano, mass Ling does not work very well against Blue Flame Hellion, and I'm not sure how much longer he can hold on right here, and that's going to be it. Stephano is going to GG out of the first game, so Lucifron goes up 1-0 against Stephano in this best of 5. What a great start to the series. I will see you guys over in Game 2.